Well, welcome back everyone to my garden allotment. Well, at the moment I am just putting everything out really. I've got a load of flowers in the greenhouses, or I did, but now they're all in the borders, all around there. So I've got the spring tulips and I've had the daffodils, and I'm getting like bluebells and all the spring sort of flowers at the moment, and they're absolutely looking absolutely fantastic, really pleased. And some of the wallflowers and me daisy bellis and what have you, me petunias and everything like that. Everything's doing really well, really pleased with it. So now I'm starting to empty, now I'm starting to empty the greenhouses bit by bit. While I'm passing, there's the parsnips, all doing really well, really pleased with them, coming along nicely. Don't want to go too quick, but yeah, all of them have got the first true leaf, and some have even getting the second now, so that's good. Onions, they are moving. They are definitely getting some height on them now, so that's good. Now where are the fellas? Right, garlic. These are my Solent White. These are planted. I've got the label there, so I'll have a look. When did I do these? Solent White, 25th of the 9th, 15. So they've been in there, and as you can see, they've got absolutely whacking thick stems on them, doing really well. Now, for the life of us, I can't remember if it's best to harvest them now or leave them, because the reason I'm questioning it is because these now are producing scapes, which are these things here. So if you look at any normal garlic leaf, it's this flat bladed type leaf. Now if you look at this scape here, it's not flat really, certainly not flat like that. So I am 98% sure that these are going to develop into the scapes, which are the flower heads of the garlic. And I cannot remember for the life of me. There's that one on that one. Some of them, no, that one there, that's got the scape. So is that one. This one doesn't yet, and neither does that one. But 4 out of 6 have certainly got them, and you can see at the join normally there'd be like another leaf. I mean, there's a tiny leaf there, but this is going to be a flower head, I'm sure, or a scape, which you can use. But I can't remember if it's wise to harvest these now, because they've been in a while. I haven't had a look to see what state the garlic's like underneath, or whether I can just remove these scapes and just leave it for another month or so and then harvest them. I can't remember which way around I've read or heard how you do it. So if anyone knows, leave a comment, and I'll say what you say, and I'll probably try and look myself. But if you do know, drop us a comment whether to harvest or remove the scape and just leave them to grow for another month or two. But yeah, so that's the, and at the moment it's just that container. I've got other garlic which is here in that container, and as you can see, there's, well, you'll just have to take my word for it, there's no scapes on them yet. They are just the normal leaves on them, so they're fine. Yeah, so as I was saying, greenhouses I'm tidying out. As you can see, there's more room in here. I've got my first earlies. Now they're 8 litres, and I'm keeping them in the greenhouse as long as I can to get me early first earlies. The ones I've got outside, and I've got some containers here, they are going to be sort of me late earlies. And then I've got me Sopamiras down there, which are all doing fantastic. As I say, they're all coming up. That's one there, and there's a one down there as well. That one down there, and there's a one coming there, and actually a one there as well. And then there's a couple coming through there, and one over there. So yeah, my first earlies are doing fantastic. The inkberries, I've got them outside now because the weather's nice. What I need to do is, before the asparagus gets too wet, because I mean, look, I mean, it starts there, goes all the way up, and it's up there now. It's going absolutely berserk. So I need to get that outside before I can't shift it. But yeah, peas doing fantastic in there. My carrots continue to do really well. All in there, all getting like second, third true leaves. So doing really well. Really, just in here now is just bits and bobs of things. I mean, there's a couple of flowers that need potting out. There's some sweet peas, a few like onion. These are some leeks that I need to put out. Again, some flowers. My mammoth leek doing really well. Blanching really nicely. The market more cucumbers and all that doing really fantastic. Some more flowers, you know, it's and these are me baby polvat leeks, which are really good. They're about nearly a pencil now, so they're, I think next week I'll put them into their growing pot for them to grow here. So that'll be another job done. And a few onions. These are me tomatoes, which are sort of spare, and some such as me black Russian, which are doing nicely. So they're a little bit behind, but they'll catch up. And then there's just me swede, really, to go out into some pots, and then I'll be sort of set, because everything's doing sort of really well. I need to do some more sowings of beetroot, cabbage, and cauliflower, stuff like that, to fill in the pots that'll be left once all my first earlies are harvested in a couple of months' time. So they'll become available. So I'll be able to stick some crops in them as a sort of second part of the growing season. For me, we're growing in pots. It's like a two-part season. The first season, get the stuff in, get it grown, and certainly the early stuff like the leeks and the onions, and then once they've matured, get them out, and then get a second load of crops in. So that's a bit of my philosophy. So there's beans. I've got some climbing beans in the propagator, in the grow light indoors. But yeah, the squashes I've brought into the greenhouse because it's warm enough. There's more swede. They're the sweet corn that I was going to put out today, but because I've had the barbecue, I've run out of time, so that'll have to be next week. Spring onions, not me spring onions, me pickling onions. They're in there. I was going to plant them out, but I've run out of time, so they'll have to be next week or some night late on this week. But yeah, one little thing. The grow lights in the house, I had some watermelons and they were doing fantastic. They did germinate and I thought, brilliant, I'm going to get some watermelons. And then for some unknown reason, they just shriveled up and died. They weren't starved of water or anything like that. They just, for some unknown reason, shriveled up and died. So I know in here, there's the pot, and as you can see, there he is. He's still there in this pot, and I put 5 in this pot and only 1 germinated. So when the others died, I thought, well, at least I've got this fella. But then I looked today, and there's a second one appearing. So they're doing alright in here. Whoops, sorry about that. They're doing alright in there. So I'm not touching them. I'm trying to leave them to grow, do the thing. But yeah, so I'm doing quite well. I've got most of the stuff out, and oh, I forgot to mention these. I've got now 3 tomatoes in the final grown pots. So I've got a Scarlet, which is this specimen here, doing alright. And as I say, I'll put some proper support in as soon as I've got time. The fella at the back there, that's Sammo, and the one, and I'll move him, that fella there, he's a money maker. So I've got 3 now. Oh, sorry, we're a ton. So I've got 3 tomatoes there in the final grown pots. So they're off to a flyer. And as I say, I've got all my other tomatoes that I'm growing in there, sort of potted on. I'm just waiting for them to grow a little bit more before I then transfer them into a large container like them, and that'll be it. And the same goes for me cucumbers and for me melons. Well, no, not that, that's a sunflower, but that fella there, that's one of me melons. I'm doing Organ melon and Melba melon. I'm doing 2 of them. So yeah, and oh yes, I think it's this one, yes. This is a Bella F1 cucumber. Ian Nocton, Ian Nocton last year grew these, and he grew some absolute whoppers. Were absolutely fantastic. So I'm after his title in a way. You know, you've got to have some sort of target to aim for, and Ian Nocton, you're in my sights there. So I'll see how I do with my Bella cucumbers this year, and I've got to say things are looking good, because as you can see there's the beginnings of a cucumber already, and then there you go, where my finger is there, that's the beginning of another one. So already I've got, actually, is that another one? Yeah, there you go, there's another one there. So far there's 3 fruit on that. So it's obviously very happy and very healthy. I'm not quite sure what to do. I don't know whether to get rid of the fruits or the cucumbers and let it grow a bit more and then let it form them, or whether to just leave it, because the chances are they'll probably just die off with the plant being immature. They'll probably just die off anyway. So I don't know whether to remove them now or whether to just leave them, and if the plant grows and it produces cucumbers, oh, brilliant, but if not, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So tell us what you think. Should I remove the fruits now, or should I just leave it to do its own thing and maybe get a few early cucumbers this year? Let us know. So that's it really. As I say, things are starting to get moved outside now that the weather's turned nice, and it's the 9th of May, so I don't really think we're going to get any more. Do I dare say it? I'll not say it. I'll not say it. But you know, it's the 9th of May. You know what I mean. So I've been putting stuff out, and I'm slowly emptying these greenhouses to make room for me tomatoes, cucumbers and melon plants. So things are moving on, and I've got to say I'm really pleased with the way things are going out here as well, because the sweet corn is really doing well. I think it's really happy where it is. Lettuce, the lettuce is really, move that back out again. There you go. The lettuce is really putting on some beef, as they say. So that's great. Me shallots and me onions, I'm really happy with them. The garlic, the look as though they're brilliant. So we'll see how that goes. The Savoy cabbage looks as though it's coming along all right. And the Oldsmere cabbage doing alright. I think something's been at my cauliflower, which is that white container there. They don't seem to be very happy there. I'm not quite sure. You know, it's in bits, so something's been at them. So I'm going to have to sow some more cauliflower to replace them. But other than that, really, and a few niggly little things, I'm really happy with it. So I'll leave it there. hope everyone's had a lovely weekend with this lovely weather, and I'll just see you next time in my garden allotment. See you later.